Hey everyone, today I'm going to be actually doing a requested video, yay! One of the girls that I used to actually work with, and a good friend of mine, Kelly, actually asked if I would show her show her and all of you guys a nice victory rolls tutorial. So I've been growing up my bangs, so I'm going to include my bangs into the rolls, and I'm going to do them off-centered, but everything I show you will apply to if you do them centered or if you do them with a nice Betty bangs, which I actually prefer. I think Betty bangs look really lovely framing the rolls, but I'm growing mine out. So I'm actually gonna curl the back as well, but you can leave it like totally straight if you want like an easy day-to-day style. You can curl it with a curling iron. You can use those little foamy things that I showed you in one of my other videos. It's totally up to you what you do with the back. If you want, you could even pop it in a little bun with some flowers. Super cute, but as I said, it's up to you what you do with the back. I'm going to curl it because I think it frames it quite nicely. Things that you are going to need. I have my straightener heating up just in case. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I always just turn it on. We're also going to need a curling iron of some sort. I have my teasing comb. I have my normal little round brush. Some hairspray. I really like this one. This is the Sainsbury's one that I mentioned in the other video. It comes in the blue bottle. It's only a quid. It lasts quite a while and the hold is really good on there. And then we need assorted bobby pins. I've got long ones and I've got short ones as well. You can see the two kind of different lengths there. Hold it against my forehead so you can see. So I've just washed my hair. It has pretty much no product in there. I've just got some hair moisturizer in the ends. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. What you want to do is take your little teasy comb with the end, and you want to, at your part, you want to take it not quite at the back, maybe it's about, I'd say maybe it's 2/3 down, and you want to section it to the back of your ear, just like that. And that's going to be the beginning of one roll. And I'm just going to pin my hair at the back, like out of the way. There we go. And the same here, you want to take it at about the same spot and take it to the back of the ear. So we've got our two little doggy ears here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to curl these bits just to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to. You can totally roll it while your hair is straight. It will kind of do the roll thing as long as you do it around your fingers and you tuck the ends in. I just think it makes it a little bit easier, so it's just a personal preference. And you want to curl these obviously in the direction of the rolls, so you want to curl them up. I'm going to do, I think, 2 curls each side, just so I'm not curling too much hair at once. Oh, wait, wrong way. If these ones are a little bit messy, it's not a problem because it's just you want to kind of get the curl on the ends over anything. So now I'm just going to curl the back. As I said, you can leave it totally straight if you want to. I'm going to use my little buns just because it's easy that way. So now I have all of my curls set up and I have the back in my little buns as well, just like I normally do. So now you just want to wait about 20 minutes, let everything cool. Right, so I would say that my hair is cool enough that I can take my bits out of the back, pull them out like usual. They're kind of out of the way, but they're down, so that way I can actually make sure that the rolls are lying properly. So now you can actually take your pins out. Okay, so you can see we've got quite a good curl there. And I didn't spray it or anything like that. Not bad. Shiny. So you just want to actually tease it now. And you don't actually have to tease for victory rolls. They just end up quite a lot smaller, which is good if you want something more subtle. Maybe you're going to work and you want kind of a vintage pinup look, but you don't want it like as huge, I guess. All right. Yeah, I think I'm ready for my date now. Hey boys, what do you think? I kid, I'm joking. It's not, oh gosh. Okay, so, because our roll is going to go upwards, we're most concerned with how nice and smooth all of this is. So you just want to give it a light smooth to the underside, trying to make sure you get all the hairs in. If they're not cooperating, give your hair just a quick spray while you smooth it. Oh, sprayed myself right in the face there. And you can kind of brush them in and they'll sort of stick a little bit better. And at the end, we can make sure that they're cooperating. So a lot of girls will start at the tip of their hair. I just kind of smooth it like this to make sure all the hair is kind of together, it's not all crazy. And I actually tend to start a little bit lower because look, I've already curled it, so it already wants to go in that direction. And you just want to make sure this is sort of sitting kind of flat. You almost want to pull your hair forward, like up and then forward a bit, so that your hair's kind of sitting, like hitting you here. Just takes a bit of patience to get it right. There we go. See, we started our roll just there. And then we just want to twist it down. Again, trying to keep this as flat as you can at the back. The worst thing is when you don't get that flat, and kind of tuck in any bits that you need to. See, I'm getting a little lumpy there. Let's try to sort that out. There we go. So there's number one. And we just want to put, first of all, now it's always good if you can get pins that match. I could probably use brown pins or blonde pins, but I've only got black. You want to put one pin on the inside to anchor it, just like that. And you can see it's quite smooth at the back. Let's check this guy. Not too bad. That's one thing that I notice with lots of girls is they'll do their rolls, they'll just do the curl so they're completely see-through. That's not proper. They are supposed to lie flat at the back, as flat as you possibly can. You don't really want there to be much of a gap. Essentially now you just kind of pin the crap out of it, trying to keep your pins as hidden as possible. Ooh, I can feel that one sticking out the back already. Keep them as hidden as humanly possible. And I'm gonna give this guy a spray. And it's best when you are using like an aerosol hairspray like this to do a couple of little quick spritzes. Let it dry and kind of build up essentially your hold. Because if you spray it like a whole lot at first, it'll just look wet and it'll dry looking wet. Give it a spray and then take your smoothing comb or your teasing comb and then just smooth it over, like really gently over it, and that'll pick up all these little baby hairs as well. Believe it or not, I've only got 3 pins in and it does feel secure, like it doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. And it is a little bit windy out, so I'm going to just give it a bit more of a spray. There we go. Let's see, what does it look like at the back? Not too bad. If you do make any mistakes, however, at the back of your roll, you can always cover these mistakes with pretty flowers or bows or whatever, so it's not the end of the world while you're like teaching yourself what to do. So yeah, there's roll number 1. So now we're going to do the other side. But we're essentially going to do the same thing again. So I'm just going to tease this all. Okay, so now I think I'm ready. And what I've decided to do is I've actually decided to leave my bangs out of the tees because they've got quite a good curl to them. I think I can kind of mold them into the front of the roll once I get it, you know, sort of established. And because my hair's a little bit shorter, I think it'll hide any mistakes as well. And you kind of, there we go. We don't want to be able to see through our roll. Want it smooth. And I'm going to pop some pins in there while I gently hold it in place. I find it is a little bit harder to get it to sit flat when you're doing one of these off-centered rolls, like so that you can't see through it, just because gravity is kind of working against you. So I am going to stick one little hidden pin, hopefully hidden pin, just on the outside. It's always risky doing this because usually you see them. And it is more kind of authentic if you can get your rolls to touch in the center when you do your rolls quite far apart. It's not the most authentic way to do it. However, if you are just going kind of for a sort of vintage look, not necessarily authentic, you just want it sort of retro, maybe it's for work or whatever, don't worry. Nobody will judge you. Okay, let's see what it's like at the back. Pretty smooth. I'm happy with that. That's about right. And let's see, let's go through the back. No clips to be seen. Nice and smooth. That's the one thing that I struggled with the most, was getting the back to sit really flat and really smooth, because it tends to kind of gape, stick out a little bit. But practice, practice, practice. This is a hard, I found it a hard style to learn. I'm just gonna brush that all out. You just want to be careful not to brush your rolls by accident. And I find, with your curls, if you slide your hands down them, kind of helps to smooth them. Is all curly. And you can see my rolls are nice and flat. So at this point, you can just leave it as it is. You're essentially good to go. It does look like quite an ornate style, so people will already think it's extremely fascinating. Or you can pop on a flower. Yeah, the bigger side, I think. Just balances everything out. There we go. Pop on some of the earrings, some jewelry, and you're good to go. Yeah, amazing. So I hope I explained everything well, and I hope that all of you can master your victory rolls. It is a hard technique, and it did take me a while to figure it out, but with this, as with everything, practice makes perfect, and it helps to have good hairspray and bobby pins that match your hair color. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below, and I will get to them as best that I can. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see any more like this, and give me some more suggestions. If you want to see different styles, I can definitely do my best to show you. So that's everything. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!